Hello everyone, welcome. Today we are looking at the lead code question, which is product of array except the self. Now, what the question says is, given an integer array nums, we need to return an array answer such that answer I is equal to the product of all the elements of nums except that index variable itself. The product of any prefix or suffix of the number is guaranteed to fit into a 32-bit integer. Okay, that's the assumption which you can make. What this question says is, I think, let me make it very simple. It's if I have 1, 3 and 5, right? So if I, what it says is, the answer should be, if I have to look at this index, the value of this answer, say this is answer which I am expecting, right? Should be product of the other values in the array. So this will be say 15 because 3 into 5 is 15. This is 5 into 1, which is 5, and this is 3 into 1, which is 3. Got, I believe you would have understood the concept here. And if you see, if you look at the example which they are giving us, right? So if they are giving 1, 2, 3, 4, and if I look at this index, it says 2 into 3, which is 6, 6 into 4 is 24. If I look at this index, accept that value, right? 1 into 3, which is 3, 3 into 4 is 12, and then this is 8, and this is 6. That's what you're seeing the output here, right? Now, there are few catches in this particular question. One such catch is that, say if I have a value which says say 1, 0, 2, 3, right? In this case, if I look at this, right, output of this will be 0 because then you'll multiply 0 with all the values, right? If I look at this one, this will be 1 into 2 into 3, which is equal to 6. If I look at this one, this will be again 0, this will be again 0. I hope you understood this, right? Because at a given index, except that value, we need to print the product of the other values. Now there's another catch to it. If there is more than one zero, the moment I bring in more than one zero, then the output of this will change to everything be zero. Reason being, if I look at this index, I have zeros. If I look at this index, I have another zero. If I look at this index, another zero, another zero, another zero, right? I'll always have one zero which is being used in the multiplication, leading to the default return of the values, right? And this is the catch which we need to take care of in the entire problem statement, because I know personally this was asked to me in one of the interview questions. So if you look at this question, I think these are the few of the scenarios which you need to keep in mind whenever you're going to come to solution. Now coming to the solution, right, how we are going to have the solution in place, right? So if I look at this, right, if I say 1, 2, 3, 4, right, let's make it very simple. What is the overall product of this one? This is 2 into 3, which is equal to 6, 6 into 4 is 24. So what we are going to do, right, is we'll look at one index. What we'll do is we'll divide that index value with the overall multiplicative of the entire array. So entire array multiplication is 24. If I divide 24 by 1, that will give me 24. If I divide 24 by 2, that will give me 12. By 3, that will give me 8. And by 4, that will give me 6. This is output which is expecting, right? This is simple. Now, the moment I have say 0 which is coming to that, so I have say 1, 0, 2, 3, right? The moment I have 1, 0 to it, all I need to do is I need to exclude that 0 in the multiplication anyways. That will be equal to 6 if I exclude 0, and all I need to do is except that 0, I'll mark everything else to 0 and keep this as 6, right? If I have more than one zeros, I'll return everything as 0. I'll return default 0. These are the three conditions which we need to take care of when we are going with the multiplications. So with that, let's get on to the code, right? So what I'm going to say is my product of this will be assuming say that 0, and I'm going to create one array which is going to be results is equal to new in uh, nums dot width. And what I'm going to say, right, is I'm going to create the product of the entire array. So for each where num in num, I'm going to say what? If my value is not num, right? If my value is, if my current num is not equal to 0, I'll say my production value is will be, if prod is double equal to 0, that means it's the very first iteration. I'll say make it equal to num, otherwise make it prod into num. I hope you understood this. What we are saying here is that if my this is my first iteration, I'll mark it as the default value, which is num, which is the very first value in the index. Otherwise, I'll say whatever, multiply with whatever I'm having right now. Otherwise, I can just simply say, that means if I have a zero count which is coming in, I'll add a variable which is say going to maintain the zero count iteration. I'll say zero count plus plus. So I have this uh, value which is going to hold how many zeros I have, right? One thing we know of, if there's more than one zero, I'll have to simply return a default end, because everything in that particular array is zero. So if zero count is greater than one, I'll return results, which right now is having a default value. Now, if my zero count is not equal to 0, that means I don't have any zeros in the array, right? I simply create an results index uh, uh, which will be product divided by a given index value. So what I'll have is say int index is equal to 0 for each where num in nums. I'll say results index is equal to prod upon num. I hope you understood that part. Index plus plus. You can use for loop here as well. That's fine. I don't need an extra integer value, index value. But what if it is equal to, what if I have 1 0 which is present with me, right? I'll do else uh, I'm going to say what I have 1 0, that means only for that value wherein I have that integer which is equal to 0, I'll mark it as uh, only for that value where I have a 0 is where I need to ensure that okay, I need to simply kind of have that index value being stored. So this will be say 0, that means there is no 0. Else part is what I need to do now. So in this case, what I'm going to do now is for say int I, I'm just doing this for the another variation which you can use. Int I is equal to 0, I less than nums dot length I plus plus, and what I'm going to do here is if my num I is double equal to 0, then my results I will be equal to my prod, else results I will be equal to 0, right? This is going with the example which we discussed, that if I have at least 1 0, then only the zeroth, the index on which I have a 0 will have the the product of all the values. Otherwise, everything else will be 0, right? And once I'm outside this for loop and if an else statement, I can simply return results, right? So just to iterate this, first we found out what is the product of the entire array, and we also found out how many zeros do I have in that array. If that number of zeros are more than 1, I'll simply return a default integer in an array which will going to have zeros. If I have that to be 0, that means there is no zeros in the whole array. I'm just going to make it uh, at that index, divide that particular value by that index value, right? If I have a 0, that means that 0 count is greater than 0. I'll say okay, which value is that particular 0 is. If only that for that value I need to set the production value. What is the product value? Otherwise I mark simply as a 0. Let me run this. It got accepted. Let me submit it. Cool, it got accepted. Now, if you see, right, we are doing a lot many ifs and else's. If you see in this problem, right, and if say by any chance interviewer comes back and says, okay, dude, why you're doing so many ifs and else's? What if you need to do it only one if statement, right? Because you anyways know that okay, there will be only one instance wherein I have that zero, which is equal to zero count, which will be equal to one, because anyways you took care of this one, right? So what I'm going to do here, right, I'm going to create another index which is equal to 0. I'm going to say run for each and every value where num in nums. Now I need to mark everything 0 only when I have my 0 count which is equal to 1, right? So I'm going to say what? My results index will be equal to, if my 0 count is not equal to 0, right? That means it is equal to 1, right? I'll check, okay, if it is not equal to 0, that means I have 1 0 in that one. Then I'll say, okay, if my num is equal to 0 or not. I think if you see, we are merging the two ifs and else into one, right? If my current num is equal to 0 or not. If it is my current num is equal to 0, I'll say use the prod. Otherwise, if I have, so this condition is done, right? This condition is done. Now what I'm saying is, I think I'm missing, if double equal to 0, then make it prod, otherwise make it 0. Now the other part which is left out is 0 count is not equal to 0 not. If 0 count is not equal to 0, then I need to say make it prod upon num, right? Just to break this up, right? So this is 1 and this is the other, right? If I'm saying 0 count is not equal to 0, then I'm going into my first if part of it, which is saying if my current num is double equal to 0, if it is there, then make it production, or what is the product of the entire array, otherwise set it to 0, that particular result index. If my 0 count is equal to 0, then it will never go into this one, and it will always do equal to prod by num. Let me run this again. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Let me see. Oh, so I forgot to append this index. Index plus. Shoot. Okay. Let me run this again. It got accepted. Now let me submit it. If you see last time it was 46%. Let me see if there's any improvement here or not. It got 98%. If you see the rise in the overall uh, uh, performance of the array with this small tweak which we just did, right? So with this, I'll take your leave. I think I hope you had understood the entire explanation. I think the more important part of it is to remember the different permutation combination in which your array can be in your inputs. If you are able to deduce that, I think everything else is to kind of just follow the scenario and write down the code, right? In case you still have any doubts, any questions, please do reach out to me in comment section. In case you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And if you like the channel, then please go ahead and hit the like button. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot.